Okay, there you go. Fog and a little sunrise. If I get my coffee cup out of my hand, I can zoom this in. Fog with cows scattered out in it. There's a few up here too. And I see the groups partially down here. Freaking coyotes last night. Had one of them coming through doing their yip, 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 yip crap. And I guarantee it was on the path of what these other ones were. I mean, it could even been closer than right here behind the feed barn. I don't know. But hey, look, 'tis the season. The sun doesn't hit that now directly. So, a heavy dew or the fog. You got a permanent line there now, from now till next summer, pretty much. Same thing in front of the big barn. And no, it ain't rained. That's how heavy the air is. Let's get a little ground wet. Can't see it on that one necessarily, but this bin where it's got some patina on it. Yep. And no, it ain't froze for 48 degrees. It does look like it's ice on there though. Anyway, yeah, see what today brings. Got a few other things I should be working on besides that traveler. Especially if the weather's going to be like this every morning, because when it gets like this every morning, then really soon it's kind of like this all day. 224 still enjoying herself outside. And the plan is tomorrow we're going to run calves. We're not going to, I don't think we're going to take any off tomorrow, but we're going to run them. They'll get their shots. The boys will get their bands. And I know a lot of people band them early or cut them early or whatever. We've always done it later because you don't know what you might want to keep for a bull. And being a bull longer, they should grow better. Till they get to that point they're getting a little too horny and want to start chasing their mama and everybody else. Anyway, like I said, that's the plan for tomorrow. And we'll see what today really brings. Last night I went through that box there. I finally found an 80 heavy half link and an 80 heavy master. I was hoping not to use the half link, but no, there was no way. I can't hold this up high enough. I'm pulling my guts out with a bar on it. Yeah, clear out in here, that bar. Bending the bar and not getting this to go any farther than I had it. And I didn't plan on using the new master. Ah, look, somebody came back in to visit. She just got her breakfast. She comes in the door if it ain't latched. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't use the other master. I couldn't get her tight enough here to get the cotter keys in. So, yeah, I used the new one. It's fine. Next thing I got to figure out is how to keep this thing over here, which I'm seriously considering. Lack of any better way to do it. I mean, I either got to put something here that it's going to rub against, which is probably fine. Probably won't hurt anything. Hold it over where it belongs, because, I mean, it's got, and unfortunately, all of it is out. None of it's in, which, I mean, there's wear up there, nothing going to do about that. If I can hold it over, that won't wear like it has been. The other thing I'm thinking is, this probably isn't heavy enough, but come over here with the spring to hold this over. When I hold this over, it'll keep it centered. I mean, I figured it out. That's the whole reason the thing's off-center like that. Because this is lined up close enough to center. But when it's coming off going that way, because this is over here, it's forcing it to the side. And that's where it's going to stay until it comes back off. So, and haven't figured that yet. I mean, the only thing I have figured is we're going to put the piece back on. And I swear there's a plastic piece there, the wear piece. I swear we put that on with Loctite, but I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it explains why when pressure finally gets up, it's going boom, and then really spewing, because all of a sudden it's letting it give that little bit as it's loosened up. Oh, maybe we'll get it right. Hell, I don't know. I want to get it together and get it out and try it again before we put it away anyway. I don't know if we're going to really do any more watering or not. That all depends on the weather and if the grass is still growing. I'm working on getting stuff ready for tomorrow. Whole barn is all opened up all the way through except for where 224 is. So we got room to feed everybody all together. Gives us room for separating too. These things, they're awesome. I love them. This is one of the many we made. The feed barn has store-bought ones. The back barn has store-bought ones, but there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. No, wait, 6 of them. Just right here that I can see from here. There's one on the post at the end of the feeder. One on the post over there by where the twine's hanging for that big gate over there. The little gate we walked through up there into the lockups, and the green gate up there where we were feeding the bull through. This one, that one right there, and then it's got a mate over on that wall to latch it open. Oh, yeah, there's one right there too. Love them. Problem with the ones we made, Dad's the one that did this. I just put them together. I got one that I actually have cut open and widened because they rub on them. And I just finally got this one. I can pry it up from there, but I can't move it. This one's freed up pretty good. The best thing I've found to finish getting that cleaned up, yep, PB Blaster. This can didn't have no more pressure to it, so I'm going to try to pour it in there, but it'll break down the oils and the dander and get them to flush out. So that's what I'm going to do next year. I'm just going to go around and catch all of them. I mean, I don't need to worry about those up there. They don't rub on them. They don't rub on the one right there or over there or that one, because that gate's usually in that position. It's only when the gates are open they rub on them. So imagine the two over there are screwed up. I know the one into the feed barn, it is. Oh yeah, also use them here for that. Same setup out in the feed barn. They don't get screwed up because they can't reach them, obviously. But anyway, I'm doing this. Ty's cleaning. She just got done cleaning the chute up, and Becky's busy spraying some weeds in the yard. And we're going to need to find a panel to tuck in underneath that, where that hole is, because calves like to stick their head through there when we're trying to get them in here. I think I got something figured out for that. Yeah, sometimes I'm slow. I was going to show you this one. This one, when we put it up, was just like the others. The cows actually bent these from rubbing on them, which is fine. It works. What I ended up doing on these is I cut it. I actually cut the tube this way, took the side out of it, and left it full on the corners, and then welded a piece over it so that that's got a little more room. And it doesn't, all I just walk up here and go like that. And there, I mean, there's junk in there, but it doesn't plug it up. And when I did that, went ahead and did this, the holes are so we can get to the bolts. That's one reason these are cut out. Works great. I mean, pretty sloppy, but unless they really do something bad, it can't come out of there. Yeah, 023, gotta talk. Here's the factory ones. And we really haven't had trouble with them plugging up. But, you know, they're the formed piece and this other piece in behind. They're just made different because, you know, they had the equipment to do that. These are a piece of 1-inch square tube. I think I capped them on this one. Yeah, I did. Piece of 1-inch square tube for the spacer here. And it's all inside a piece of 1.5-inch tubing, which gives it room for this. And then these pieces are notched, so they come up and hit this piece, which keeps them from coming out. They only come up high enough to work. And I just grabbed a handful like that. It was just full of some hair and crap, but not plugged up. So there you go. There's your gate latches. They work great. The only thing you don't want to do is if you grab one like this and you're going to open the gate toward you, if they're leaning on that, you're going to hurt your finger. And if you're going through one, it's easiest to do it that way and lean on it. So, and haven't had a cow open one yet. The only issue we've ever had is the far gate. Becky helped me feed one day, and an hour and a half later, there's cows on the other side over there, and they're up there by the trailer, and some headed up the driveway. It's like, what the hell? The far pole, that's been changed, but the far pole that was there, with the weather, would warp and straighten out. Well, it's the one it's hinged on. It warped and pulled the gate away. So the nubbin, like this one, I can't fit my finger behind the nubbin. That's how I like to see them, because they can't go anywhere. Well, it wasn't that close. And literally what happened was, it just pulled out so far that the catch didn't hold it. The cow bumped it, it opened, and they walked out. So that's just something you got to watch for. And they make these with a tab down here and a piece you can put a lock on them, or put a snap hook or something in them so they can't open them anyway. A couple of them in the back barn are that way. But it looks like I'm done here, because I know I don't have to worry about those ones. I just wanted to make sure this one was good. I'd love to have those on every gate, but you know, I'm not going to remake a whole bunch of gates like that. Oh, there's one on this one too. And the walk-through gate up here that's got the broken post. That, of course, it's the broken post. Pain to change. It's a one-sided one. The reason for that on this one is there's no reason to open it the other way. And if you're in here and you got a cow after your ass, it can't pop through. Oh, and Ty did a nice job. We got 10 fishies left, she says. I'll believe her. She said, I couldn't get part of it off. Well, looks good enough. Leaves them something to eat. Well, I ain't telling you much. Ty fixed a little wire over here that was shorting out.
Put the fucking cat all over again.
I fixed some boards below the alleyway. Just shuffled around. The two empties are there. That one's... Oh, camera isn't responding. Wait, I don't know if that means it's working or not.
Oh, you don't have your gloves on.
Those two are full. But this thing, I noticed a couple days ago, have a slight error to it, shall we say.
Remember the cat from, like, what was it, a couple months ago? Whatever it was. It was in our grinder mixer. That smells way better than this freaking rat the size of Texas does.
And the bad thing is, walking by this thing, you don't smell it, but as soon as you get it and you fire it up, that fan blows it all up. I've been on it for the last 20 minutes, just about ready to hurl. And she found it in there, so she's trying to dig it out.
It's this big.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm trying not to get your alternator.
Oh, alternator ain't up above. The alternator's down below, or up above. Starter's down below. It's down in there somewhere. You'll know if she sparks it across that starter.
Yeah, I'll know because I'm going.
Of course, this starter, all the wires are toward the front. Anyway.
There's a hole. You need to go out that tiny puny ass hole.
She's aiming for the drain hole through the belly pan. Damn. Yeah. If we only had smell-o-vision, you all could enjoy it. It's just so lovely. Well, I finally made it back in here. Tylen lied. The rat was not down in the belly pan. It's actually in the fan shroud, bottom left corner, shoved clear down tight. Can't get it out. She fought it for probably an hour, and she went and hosed all the little icky crawly things off of it, and at least got them out of there. But yeah, skid steer's parked outside. Maybe something will crawl in there and take it out. I don't know. Still got to get it out of there. It's going to probably rot the frickin' radiator out. Anyway, I got a bunch of tension on that. It looks better. It's kind of toying with the idea of taking that bolt out and adding another washer. I got just enough room to do that, but I don't know how it's going to work. And I can't move it over now. I also don't have attention to what it says it's supposed to be. Those two springs right there, they start out just under 8 inches where you're supposed to measure it. And they wanted it 12 inches. That's all the adjustment I got left now, and I'm already at 10 inches. And we're actually on there, we're almost back where we were. We're just a little bit past where it was, I think, originally. Well, a couple days ago. But by getting a half link out, made that much difference. So I'm not sure. I mean, it may, once it starts going, it may let it move over. I don't know. I really don't. But we'll find out. The part that sucks is I got all the threads cleaned up. I got a mess to clean up too. Use the blue Loctite on this because it's all the way around and should seal better. Problem is there's only about a half a thread holding. So now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make that work out. I'm not sure what material this is made of. I don't know if I can put a little weld on it or what. I mean, another option, which may be somewhat viable, would be drill it and pin it. The only problem with that is then you're going to have a hole, depending on how it's done. And, well, I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. So anyway, that's the day. I'm calling it a day. So freaking muggy today, it ain't funny. And somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 plus degrees. So anyway, try to get some video tomorrow, I hope. Kind of hard to get too much when we're running critters because, you know, everybody's busy. But we'll see what happens. So, hope you all had a good Saturday. Hope everybody has a good Sunday. Thanks for watching, everybody.